right now. Yeah. Celery juice exposes the frauds. That's what it does. Celery juice not only knocks out pathogens and viruses and bugs and bacteria, unproductive mold, yeast, right? Not only does it do that, but it angers the frauds. It exposes the frauds. That's what it does in the alternative and conventional movement. You know what's funny? You think that everybody in the alternative conventional movement wants everybody to heal, right? Wouldn't you think that? Doesn't everybody want everybody to heal? Doesn't everybody in the profession of health in any way, shape, or form want someone who's struggling and suffering, who's on Mattress Island, who's been through hell and back? Don't you think that they want you to heal? Right? But then they hear a healing story. Miraculous. Someone's healing because of celery juice. They get their life back. Miraculous. Someone's having a baby now that couldn't because they were drinking 32 ounces of celery juice. Miraculous. Someone's skin condition went away. Eczema, psoriasis, gone because of celery juice. Miraculous. But no. Couldn't have been the celery juice. Doesn't matter if nothing else moved the needle but the celery juice. No, can't be. I'm a naysayer. I'm a downer. You know? No. Practitioners, doctors, nutritionists, RDs, whatever. Anybody out there, you think that they're in it to win it for the patient, for the client. Get them better. But you know what happens? There's a huge part of the alternative conventional movement that doesn't want people drinking celery juice. Doesn't matter about the healing stories. Doesn't matter about the incredible, miraculous things that happen. Doesn't matter when somebody gets their life back. They don't want the person healing, and they say, no. Don't you drink that celery juice. And celery juice exposes those frauds. Because what that celery juice did is it exposed that person's not in it to win it for the patient. That person's not in it to win it so that person can heal. That person in the health movement, that guru, that nutritionist, that functional doctor, that MD, that ND is not really in it for the patient because that professional chooses to ignore something that's changing the lives of millions of people. They choose to ignore it completely and say, no, you better just, instead of juicing it, you better just eat celery sticks. It's a good vegetable. Just eat it. It's a good vegetable. Yeah, Elizabeth says, no money in healthy patients. Elizabeth Edwards, good to see you. Right? So what celery juice does, you guys, it exposes all the frauds. Fraud, boom. Another one there. Fraud, boom. Another one, boom. Another one. Nutritionist, boom. Some nutritionists, they believe in celery juice because they believe in the patient healing and want the patient to heal. But some don't. Frauds, boom. Functional medicine doctors that don't believe in it. Frauds, boom. Media people, frauds. You don't care about people who are sick? You name it. Frauds everywhere. Frauds. And that's what it does. It exposes them left and right, front and center. I can't tell you how many times the media has come to me and says, we want to do an article. We want to do an article on the medical medium. And we want to do something on the celery juice because we don't believe it works for patients and clients and all the different people out there. We don't believe that celery juice works. Let's do an article. And I'll be like, well, in the article, I'll explain how good it is for people and how many people are healing. And they write up the article and they do a crappy, shitty job. And then they put some dietitian in there. And they put some functional doctor in there, and that doctor says, nope, celery juice is not proven by science and research to help anybody. So all the claims from all the people healing and the healing stories aren't real. Fraud. That's what you are, dietitian. That's what you are, functional medicine doctor. That's what you are, MD. That's what you are, whoever you are. It doesn't matter what angle. Because the minute you all of a sudden put a blind eye to someone getting miraculous healing, getting their lives back, getting rid of their eczema, and getting rid of their ADHD, getting rid of autism, getting rid of conditions left and right, your GERD and your intestinal tract problems and your colitis and your Crohn's, getting rid of your IBS. If you don't want to hear that, if you're a practitioner, if you're a doctor, if you're some kind of health guru and health professional and you don't want to hear that, and you tell people don't drink celery juice because it's going to give you a problem, you're a fraud, man. Bottom line. And guess who exposed it? Celery exposed it. Lorraine L. Hey, Lorraine L. Good to see you today. Amazing. The cashier that sold me my celery today told me I was better off just eating it. You can imagine my response, laugh out loud. I was polite, but I set her straight, hee. Lorraine, because she heard it from somewhere else. She heard it from a professional. She heard it from an article. She heard it from a functional doctor. She heard it from a Chinese medicine doctor. She heard it from a registered dietitian. She heard it from a naturopathic doctor. She heard it from a Western naturopathic doctor, whatever. And what she heard was a health professional being exposed as a fraud because celery juice exposes and angers the frauds. That's all it is. So whoever told that cashier not to drink the celery juice and was a professional in any kind of arena of health doesn't care about the person healing, doesn't care, which means they're not in it for the patient to win it. Angela Gibbons, my psoriasis is so much better and healing a lot. Nothing else moved the needle, no matter how much money I spent with a variety of practitioners over the last 6 years. Exactly. And if there's a practitioner that denies it or denies someone's story, last 5 years, unbelievable, denies that story, denies what it can do, and then turns around after hearing that story and says to another patient, don't you drink celery juice, then they are a fraud. Because what it is they're not in it for the patient to win it and get their lives back and crawl out of that place. They're not in it to help people get out of that hell from being sick. They're not in it for that. And that's what celery juice does. It exposes all the frauds. Corrine says, I say, if someone truly has a scientific perspective, they'd look at all the evidence of people healing in an open and curious way, and they're not paid for. Are you guys paid? Are you guys all paid to tell your story? You guys getting paid off? I'm just curious. Are all you guys getting paid off? We're live on TikTok. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Clubhouse. You guys all getting paid? Who's paying you guys, right? No, you're not being paid, right? You're not. Nope. But guess what? All the other trends out there, they are being paid. There's admin by the hundreds being paid to push the new MLM product that you guys that's being shoved in your face 24/7. It's literally paid. That's all it is out there. Incredible, right? People are paid to tell their story, and then they hop on the MLM bandwagon with the product. They pretend they're not, and then 6 months later, oh my God, they're selling it. Oh, how did that happen? Oh, you told your story. It's crazy. But here's what's really annoying right here. Here's what's really annoying, okay? Celery juice exposes all those fraudulent products and trends with all the investors and chairmen of the boards and board members and shareholders and everything else behind all the other industries pushing all those other products, right? Your apple cider vinegar products and everything else. And they're angry over celery juice because celery juice exposes their game. Celery juice is like this light. It's like a light in an ocean of darkness. And that's what it is. And the farmers aren't making money off of it. The media won't cover this, but it's the largest crop in the world in the fruit, vegetable, herb, and spice world. The largest crop in the world. They won't cover it. No one will talk about it because it means people healing more and more. They start talking about it, more people heal. They start talking about more people heal. They've shut it down. They can't make enough farms and create enough farms right now to grow enough for how many people are drinking it, and it's not even spoken about. But what you will find is a YouTube doctor. I am Dr. Vinsberg, and what I have to tell you is the next study on green tea. And buy my green tea product while you're at it. There's a new study on green tea. Has green tea pulled you out of bed? I just want to know. If you got eczema, psoriasis, aches and pains, trigeminal neuralgia, vertigo, dizziness, you got the worst brain fog, you're suffering, you got fatigue, neurological fatigue, is green tea extract's going to fix you? It isn't. But you'll still see it over and over again. Hi, I'm Dr. I have a new product, a lectin product. I have a new antioxidant green tea product. I have a new apple cider vinegar product. Go check out my store. It's one of the most powerful healing foods of all time that has moved the needle and changed the lives of millions. And no one's talking about it besides talking shit about it and talking it down. No one's talking about it except to talk it down and to tear it down. And the only thing keeping it going is the people knowing I healed from it. I'm going to keep on drinking it because it has saved my life. And then here's the really weird part. What I'm seeing out there is people are closet drinking it. They're closet drinking celery juice. Because they don't want someone saying, medical medium? Wait a minute, you like the medical medium? Oh, no, I don't like the... No, I don't like the medical medium. No, I don't like the medical medium. No, I don't like it. I'm drinking my celery juice in the closet here. I don't like the medical medium. Or they're just closet drinking it because you can't make money off of it. You can't say, yeah, I'm a YouTube influencer and I'm doing celery juice now. I don't know what to say besides check out Medical Medium, who actually is the originator of celery juice. So what they do is they hide it and they drink it in the closet. That's how it's done. Anyway, celery juice not only kills the bugs, not only does it help people heal. Jason Mezpa says, it's cured my heartburn and fixed my digestion, ... I preach you all the time, bro. Thanks, bro. I'm honored, man. Seriously. Know that it does count and it does matter, and truly, it matters. And I'm grateful. I truly am. You guys need to know that. Yeah. Celery juice is the guilty pleasure. I just saw that. People are at different levels of sickness. Always remember this. Some people, they just need a glass of celery juice and boom, they change in one night. Some people, they need to have it increased and they need to be doing other tools. But the celery juice is a critical part of moving the needle and getting people to where they need to go. It's a major tool. It's one of the most powerful healing foods of our time. And it's an herb. It's an herb. I gotta say that over and over again because everybody still thinks it's a vegetable, a veggie. Sue, is celery force the same as drinking celery? No, it's not. There's no celery in celery force. Celery force is amazing. I just took some. So I'm going to try to slow the speed of I might be able to talk so fast. I just throw a bunch of celery force in, send it down, and something just happens. But yeah, it's not the same thing. You need your celery juice. You do. So, anyway, you guys. I'm going to do some celery. That's what we're going to do. Okay, tell me how much and when to drink it. Well, let's go into it a little bit. I'm going to do some juicing now. So, celery juice is not carrot juice. It's not carrot juice. Marissa, celery juice has helped me to heal my severe digestive issues. Celery juice is so amazing. This is the MM900 HDS. Janine says, does anyone know if I can zinc sulfate being allergic? Like wine sulfates. That's not a sulfite. in wine, that's a sulfite. That's a whole entire different thing. That's not even, you know how there's apples, someone's talking apples and someone's talking oranges? Two different things. No, someone's talking apple and someone's talking like cow manure. Or someone's talking apple and someone's talking like juniper berry. I don't know. Like it's so not the same thing. Hope that helps. Can't get sound? Well, somebody say can't get sound, so obviously you're not hearing me. You on YouTube? Go to YouTube. Facebook and Instagram knock the sound out and kick people off, so just go to YouTube. I honestly, I might stop doing lives on Facebook and Instagram completely. I'll never do a live on there again, and I might just do it on YouTube only. And if you're not on YouTube, then you're not there, whatever. But I might only be doing YouTube lives and only that. Unless MeWe has an option for me to go live. So when they have that option, I'll probably be on there only for something in YouTube. TikTok too, I might not be on there live in the future either because they don't notify anybody. This is the MM900 HDS. It's 20% off at omegajuicers.com, just so you guys know. It's a medical device. Why would I back and support a juicer? Because it's a medical device that can save you money. MJ Torres, doctors say that it's not healthy to drink it daily. Oh, really? Where would they get such a piece of information that would science and research come up with that? No, they don't do anything on celery. So doctors say that it's not healthy to drink it daily because celery contains oxalates. And these interfere with calcium absorption. Okay. But doctors are okay with green tea daily, caffeine, right? Age you, give you sunspots, burn out your adrenals, just burn you out. Coffee's okay daily. Yeah. Chocolate's okay daily. Those are okay daily by doctors. That's right, because the caffeine industry, guess what, is part of pharma. There's caffeine almost in every single pharmaceutical, even the ones they say there isn't. So caffeine's in every single pharmaceutical. It's a psychoactive drug. But that's okay to do daily. Sure. Let's get our kids addicted to caffeine too. So they're drinking coffee nice and early. Then they're just addicted to caffeine and espressos and everything else, burning out their adrenals. And oxalates, that's a funny one because oxalates are in every single fruit and vegetable, herb and spice. So don't eat a fruit and vegetable again. Oxalates are in grass-fed beef. Cattle that's eating grass are ingesting and consuming oxalates from the grass. Their meat is filled with oxalates, but don't eat meat. So you know what? I guess you just don't eat. Don't eat meat. Don't eat, we're going to eat turkey? Just be on turkey. Turkey has a little less oxalates in it than anything else. Why don't you just be on turkey? Don't eat anything. No fruit, no vegetable. Don't do celery. Don't do anything. Just eat turkey. And then you can't poo. And then you'll get a hernia. And then you'll be getting a surgery. And then you know what? They'll have you on Insure or something in the hospital. How about that? It's a bad theory. The oxalate theory isn't even real. It's a bad theory because nobody knows why anybody's sick. Gotta remember, the oxalate theory came out of the whole like bloom of chronic illness where nobody knew why anybody's sick. In the 1970s and 1980s, nobody knew why anybody was sick. 1990s, people suffering and laying in bed. Nobody knew why anybody has anything. Nobody knows why people have MS. Nobody knows anything. Oxalates was a theory along with other things like that. You know, I mean, really, that's what it is. Meanwhile, heavy metals and pathogens are why people get sick. Viruses, bacteria, toxic heavy metals. You know, that's why we get sick. And then we get intoxicated from perfumes and colognes and air fresheners and scented candles. And then we get intoxicated by caffeine. So doctors will support caffeine. I know, because they are. All the chiropractors are supporting it. You're right, all the chiropractors. That's a funny one right there. It's like, well, I heard it from Dr. So-and-so. And I'm like, You mean the chiropractor? Or the MD? Because that's not an MD. So every chiropractor, and I'm not against chiropractors, I got chiropractor friends, and there's chiropractors that support medical beam information. They're amazing. But I say stuff about functional medicine doctors, chiropractors, dentists, everybody, anybody. Because I'm about supporting the chronically ill, not making friends with the next chiropractor, making friends with the next naturopathic doctor, making friends with the next functional medicine doctor. I could care less. Hope you're okay not burning yourself out with all the hard work you do. God bless you. I mean, I burn the candle at 4 ends. My candle's got 4 ends. Okay? That's what my candle has. Yeah, it's a suicide mission sometimes. And if I die, it's not because of the celery juice I drank. If I die, it's not because of, all the fruits and vegetables and wild foods I've eaten. If I die, it's because, I did it to myself. I burned myself to the ground. To the ground. Right? Because I want to look out for people. I say the spirit of compassion. Spirit of compassion tells me many times, like, look, you're gonna have to slow down. You can't do 21-hour days all the time. I'm writing a new book right now. It's the best book ever. They're all best books ever, but this book is so big, I'm worried about people being able to hold it. It's gonna blow people's doors off. But I gotta say, I'm paying the price. She says, I'm so excited. I am finally salt-free. Yo! I never thought I could do it, and I owe it to you, MM. Bless your heart. Celery juice. Let's talk about celery juice for a little bit. I think I'm just going off in different directions on you guys, and I want to keep it spot on, succinct, whatever we want to call it. Pertinent information. Okay? 16 ounces on an empty stomach, right? You guys know the rules. So you can do less if you're sensitive. No problem. Do 8 ounces, 4 ounces, 6 ounces. Try to work up to 32 ounces, ideal. If you have to do 64 ounces or 50 ounces. I saw somebody left a comment, I think, on YouTube saying they did 50 ounces. And I'm like, wow, they did 50 ounces for a long time. If you're sensitive, start out slow, though. Start out low. Whatever works. Strain it. Don't add anything in it. But I love that, right? Lorraine, it's unbelievable. So you're in the grocery store and checkout person, and I'm sure it's the kindest checkout person ever, an amazing person. And they're like, well, yeah, I heard it's, not good. You should, eat it instead. It's so sad when you hear that. Carolyn says, my husband had kidney stones, and he told me to watch how many oxalates I ate and I put in his food. You know what causes kidney stones? Leaching calcium, right? Calcium that's leached. How does calcium get leached? Let's go into it right now. Okay. So, got a little friend here, right? And I'm going to give you guys a little rundown real quick. Here's how your skull shrinks. It shrinks from the inside out. Letting you know. Your skull shrinks and weakens from the inside out because of vinegar, caffeine, and too much fat. When you're 60 years old and you fall on a sidewalk, you crack your head open. When you're 20 years old, your skull's thick enough to not crack it open so easily. You will sustain some pretty good contusions and blows, but not have this fracture across half your skull. Unless it's a hit that just can't be avoided. It's a hit that's just so hard that it'll crack anybody's skull. The point is our skulls get diminished. They get eaten away from the inside out, from caffeine and vinegar. And guess where the calcium goes? In your kidneys and builds a stone. Not from some phantom oxalate made up story that there's no science or research behind. The high-fat diets are so acidic. Fatty acid. How should I say that? Fatty acids. Fatty acids. Fat is acid. All the fat is acid. Your butter's straight acid. Your dairy products are straight acid. Your butter's straight acid. Your eggs are straight acid. They're not alkalizing on any level. They're all acid. Fat is acid. And then you lose your bones. And then you add more acid to it. You guys pump the kombucha tea because it's being pumped by money 24/7. Kombucha tea people hate the celery juice thing. Because people say, well, you know what? I'm going to spend my money on celery juice. I'm not going to spend it on buying more expensive kombucha tea. Celery juice exposes those frauds, like I said before. Kombucha tea literally dissolves your bones. Vinegar dissolves your bones. Okay? Fat dissolves your bones. And then that calcium ends up in your kidneys and in your gallbladder. That's a fact, Jack. Entirely different than what people think. They think the wrong misinformation out there, and it's really sad. If I had a kidney problem on any level or kidney stones, if I had anything like that, you know what I'd be doing if I was an animal protein eater? Gone. No animal protein for me. And I'm not even against animal protein eating for people. I'm pro-animal protein if that's what your heart desires, and I'm pro-plant-based if you guys want to be eating lettuce all day. I'm on your side. But I want you guys to do it right so that you can heal. But if I had a kidney problem, man, that animal protein would be gone. Boom. You think, I would get rid of that stuff so fast it wouldn't even be funny. Be gone. So, if I had a kidney problem or kidney stones, those meat patties, toss them out. Chicken cutlets, those chicken breasts, grilled, gone. If I had a kidney problem, that's what you're gonna have. Tell your husband, any kind of kidney issues, tell your husband it ain't the oxalates you got to worry about. You keep on eating that chicken, he's gonna wind up with another kidney problem. Even salmon. I'm not against animal proteins. I'm just telling you how it works. Okay, so let's talk about celery juice. I want to strain it. You guys got to strain it. You have to. Now, I just juiced this, right? The MM900 HDS. This is dry. This pulp is dry. It's dry. Saving money. Every celery stick that goes in saves you money. You buy half the celery of what you used to buy. At least for me, that's what it is. I used to have to go and buy 2 cases of celery. Now I only need 1 case of celery. I used to have to go buy a case of celery. Now I only need a half a case of celery. This juicer has paid for itself dozens of times at this point. I can't count it anymore. It has paid for itself over and over again. Doing the heavy metal detox cleanse next week. Giving you guys a 411 on it. Heavy metal detox cleanse is next week. Make sure you're ready. You got your juicer, right? It doesn't have to be this juicer. What juicer do you have? Use any juicer, because the heavy metal detox cleanse entails celery juice. And that's the MM900 HDS, just so you know. Okay? So that's omegajuicers.com, the celery model, MM900 HDS. That's the one, just so you know. Do you have the book? We're going to do the heavy metal detox cleanse next week. Okay? It's 20% off right now, and it's only running like that for a couple of days. I'm pumped. It's a sale that's going on for a couple of days. Gives people a chance to get it way inexpensive, and then boom, they're saving money. That's the whole thing. And I'd rather have this medical device than be hooked up to tubes. I'd rather have this medical device than be all hooked up to oxygen going up my nostrils. That Omega Juicer is incredible. One of the best investments ever. You know why? You know also, it is incredible. And you know why it's one of the best investments? And you know why? because you're literally going to save money. It's going to pay for itself over and over again. I've never seen a juicer, out of all the juicers out there, I've never seen a juicer, you guys, pay for itself and pay for itself and pay for itself. It's ridiculous. It's almost stupid. At this point, it's stupid. Literally, it's stupid. You know what? I counted like it paid for itself by its 10th time one time because I was keeping track of all the numbers in the usage and how much celery juice and all that and how much I buy. And it paid for itself like for its 10th time. And I said, at this point, it's just stupid. That's how ridiculous. That's how incredible it is. It got dumb. It got stupid. What I love about the MM900 HDS, you don't see metal gears rubbing against each other. You don't see metal gears rubbing against each other. I had someone try to throw that at me. Oh yeah, this juicer company over here is the best. They even talk about how they're better than the Omega. Oh really? Because I see metal gears in there. So unless I want juice filled with tiny bits of metal nobody sees, unless I want that, I think I took too much celery force. Natalie. Question, is it okay to juice the celery leaves? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. They don't come with a lot normally, but if you get some wild celery, like the wild crazy stuff, like, you know, a friend of mine grew a bunch of celery and I went to check it out and it was just only leaves, right? It was only leaves. I was like, dude, you need to be careful on how much you juice of that right off the running. That's bitter. It's astringent. It's going to knock your socks off. Just do some of that, you know, at a time, because that's nothing but leaves. It was only leaves. It wasn't even any stalks. It was just a whole bush of leaves. And he's like cutting the leaves, and I'm like, oh, dude, you gotta chill on that. But yeah, of course you can do leaves when you're doing stalks, and you do some leaves with it. Yeah, of course you can. Is there a special juice? It's the thing is with celery juice is, keep in mind that its ability to work is in the fact that it's a single herbal extraction. You know what? You guys, hear me out on this. Just check this out, okay? Check this out. Human nature. You can tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. It's all right. You guys can tell me I'm wrong. Just throw it at me. You can give me the comments and say you're wrong, AW. You're wrong. And it's okay if you tell me that. Human nature doesn't like it simple. We think we like things simple, right? But we really don't. Like, we need to think that a pharmaceutical is a scientific, you know, invention of all these things in there. We need to think that this herbal formula has 20 herbs in it that was synergistically proprietary put together for some. We think that it's always got to be complicated to heal. Complicated. Right? That's human nature. No, it's got to be, it can't be just celery juice. That's too ridiculous. It's too simple. It can't be celery juice. It's got to be complicated, right? Right? Because everybody, it's got to be complicated. It always has to be, no, it's got to be scientifically tested and proven and 20 million things in there. And then maybe, oh, that must be some mysterious, that must be the way, the synergistic way. That was systematically all these things put in there. That works, not just one thing. And that's a grave mistake we make. Simplicity is in, the power is in the simplicity. The power is in the simplicity. Yeah? Jefferson says, with plastic gears, then you get plastic in your juice. Okay, let's talk about that a little bit, all right? Plastic is in every single thing. You touch it every day. You touch your credit card, you just rub plastic, and that's a bad plastic on that. Any kind of saran wrap, any kind of whatever, you know, plastic wraps, any kind of plastics, plastic this, plastic cups, plastic everything, right? Plastic, okay? There's plastic in petrofuel. There's plastic in gasoline. You breathe in plastic every day when you take a walk on the street and a car goes by. There's plastic in everything and anything. And plastic isn't the scary toxin. You know what the scary toxin is? It's metal. Run from it for your life, with your life. You don't want metal. Metal does a whole bunch of bad stuff. Okay? And this isn't cheap plastic. This is BPA-free plastic in here. But the point is that even if a BPA-free plastic, right? Even if some residue of plastic somehow got into your body, it comes out easy. Because this not only takes out plastic outside of your body, but it takes out plastic from every other thing inside your body. All plastic that's been in your body, this removes it. Celery juice removes plastic. You can't get enough plastic in fast enough while celery juice is pulling it out. That's a whole other thing too about why it's so powerful and with detoxifying people. But metal's a bitch. You want to play with metal gears rubbing against each other? You want more ADHD? You want more brain fog? You want more anxiety? Keep on playing with metal. That's half of why everybody's sick is because of metal. Copper, aluminum, mercury, cadmium, lead, nickel, steel. Anyway, guys, just a reminder. Like I said, this is 20% off. OmegaJuicers.com is the sale. It's only on this juicer. It's only running for a couple of days. Just letting you know. Saves you a lot of money, and it saves you a lot of money when you're juicing because it's literally doing the dry pulp. The dry pulp. Okay? There's no juice down in here. The pulp, all the pulp little drops come right off. There's nothing moist in here. It's not moist. It's dry. I've never seen that with any other juicer. So that's really cool. So I just want to say one thing. Back to one little topic, right? I support the animal protein crowd. I support the plant-based crowd. Both crowds, right? Both crowds, though, they get sick. Both crowds do things wrong. Both crowds are misled nonstop out there. And I'm not here to judge someone because they're eating a piece of meat. And I'm not here to judge someone because they think they're the smartest plant-based person there is because they watched all the plant-based documentaries. They talked to some plant-based doctors. They think they got it all down and they're indestructible. And I'm not judging them either. And then they think they're smart as anything. And I'm not judging the keto person who thinks they got it all down and they all know what's going on and they think they're smart and all the keto doctors talking that. You know, which brings me to, I'm not judging anybody. But everybody gets sick. I've seen it over and over again. You can act like you got it down or think you got it down and then you get sick and you go down. And then you find out that keto or that paleo diet or that plant-based diet, something was wrong. You don't know what it is. Hell, you don't even know why you're sick. You don't even know you got pathogens and viruses and bacteria, and you don't know you got metals. You don't know nothing. Because the plant-based crowd doesn't know why anybody's sick, and the animal protein crowd doesn't know why anybody's sick. Everybody's in the dentist chairs all the same, getting their teeth drilled. They're all doing apple cider vinegar. The plant-based crowd's doing apple cider vinegar. The animal protein crowd's doing apple cider vinegar. Get this. The plant-based crowd, they're doing caffeine. The animal-based crowd's doing caffeine. The plant-based crowd are doing fat robot. Right? The fat robot, give me fat. Fat's good for you. Healthy fat, essential fatty acids. Where's my fat? Fat's good for the brain. Brain is made of fat. Give me fat. Fat myself to death. Fat robot. Fat myself to death. Fat robot. The fat robot. There's a protein robot. There's the protein robot. There's a fat robot. And there's a chocolate robot too. Anyway, which is fat. Look, it's viruses, bacteria, toxic heavy metals, toxins, the high-fat diet. These are the things that are taken out. The animal protein people and the plant-based people. But they're both doing the bad stuff. Guess what? The animal protein people are doing nutritional yeast every day, and the plant-based people are doing nutritional yeast every day. The animal protein people are taking the nuts and the seeds and the oils and the avocado, and the plant protein people are taking the nuts, seeds, avocado, and the oils. They're both fattening themselves to death. vinegaring themselves to death. They're both kombucha teaing themselves to death. That's right. Fermented foods. They're just pickling themselves, and they're both over salting themselves to death. Our body needs a certain amount of salt when it's in the right form. When it's in the right form, the animal protein and plant-based people, they just throw salt in everything. Salt, salt, salt here, salt here. Let me drink salt, salt. They salt themselves to death. Kim Wood says, I have a food sensitivity to celery juice. What do I do? First of all, you have to be your own detective. So let me help you be your own detective. Celery juice swells up your throat. You can't swallow and breathe? Does celery juice make you break out with a big rash and hives right away once you just take a sip of it? Does celery juice make you get, all of a sudden you got a tight chest and you can't, and you got all of a sudden something happens and you all these things break out on your head and you're just, all this tears running down your eyes because you're having some kind of reaction? Because if that's happening, don't drink it. Or is it a bullshit BS test fabricated by the food sensitivity people when they tell you you're allergic to this, to this, to this? I got a phone call. You know what? I got a phone call coming through because I actually did a blood test, and my doctor, the doctor that did it, is going to read all the test results back to me. So I got a phone call scheduled coming in right now. Let me just see what time it is. Just in time. Dr. Chewy? Yeah, Dr. Chewy? Oh, thank God you're here. Okay, I want to know what I'm allergic to. I've been waiting. So you did the food sensitivity test? You do the AllCat too? You did that one? And you did all the food sensitivities? IgA and all the other ones? Okay. What am I allergic to? Peppercorns? Okay. What else? Cilantro? I never remember having a problem with cilantro. What else? Anise? I'm allergic to anise? Okay. What else? I'm allergic to what? Gluten? Oh, you put gluten on there? Oh, okay. I already knew. Okay. What else? I'm allergic to carrots? Okay. Hemp seeds? All right. What else am I allergic to? Broccoli? Really? Okay. Broccoli. Broccoli rabe. I'm allergic to broccoli rabe. That's on my food sensitivity test. Broccoli rabe. Zucchinis? Zucchinis I'm allergic to. Celery? Really? I have a sensitivity to celery? Oh, crap. Then I better get nervous and worried. Yeah. I better start thinking that I better be scared to death. The celery juice, this stuff is evil. My food sensitivity test came out where, Dr. Chewy, if you say that's what it is, then what else? I'm allergic to parsnips. Okay. I'm allergic to potato. All right, and I'm allergic to sassafras? What's sassafras? Wait, that's not what, I'm coriander. Okay, I'm allergic to coriander, and I'm allergic to cayenne. And what else? I'm not allergic to turmeric because you have a turmeric supplement you want me on? Okay, so that's okay, though. You want to make sure, because you have me on a turmeric supplement, doctor. Oh, so I'm not allergic to turmeric. Yeah, that's right, you knew better. Okay, sure. Okay. All right, listen, I know there's a list of 30 other foods. Oh my God, you didn't even go through the fruits? I'm allergic to apples. I'm allergic to what else? To mango? To papaya? I'm allergic to grapes? Okay, I gotta go. That happened a billion times on this planet. The bogus food sensitivity tests. I always tell people, if you're eating a celery stick and your throat closes up, don't eat it. If you're eating a piece of lettuce and your throat's closing up, don't eat it. If you're eating an apple and your mouth goes numb, then don't eat it. Tests are faulty because they don't even know why anybody's sick. So let's do food sensitivity tests. Food sensitivity tests when they don't even know why anybody has fibro, Hashimoto's. Can I just ask you guys something? Does it make sense to you? When all these years nobody knows why anybody's sick with chronic illness, they just call it autoimmune now. but yet they have all the answers? Because I'm confused. I'm scratching my head a little bit on that one. They have all the answers, but they don't know why anybody's sick. Yeah. Let's see. Tests are faulty. Yeah. See, Innard Brudal says, I have heard that you can develop an intolerance to something you consume a lot of over time. Surely not celery juice. I know a lot of alcoholics. They can just drink and drink and drink and drink. And they don't stop drinking. Well, I don't know. They don't build any kind of problems to it. They'll drink until they die down the road. They'll drink and they'll drink and they'll drink and they'll drink. I'm going to get a glass of wine. You guys don't mind. Alcoholics will just drink. I don't know. Are they building an intolerance to it? I'm getting myself some white wine right now. So, I'm going to have a glass of white wine right when we get done with this live. I'm going to have white wine 5 seconds after I finish my celery juice. That's a terrible idea, by the way. What happens is, what people don't realize is that you can eat a healing food for a long time. A long time. There's no intolerance you get from it, right? I don't know. I've been drinking celery juice since I was a kid every single day. I don't know what intolerance you're talking about. But I do know this, okay? That if someone has some type of reaction and they think it's because of a healing food they're using, that healing food could be cleaning out yeast, mold, unproductive fungus, viruses, bacteria, byproduct, metals. The cleansing process gets mistaken sometimes as intolerance. But, and that gets mistaken. When someone eats eggs, they feed all their bugs. They're going to feel okay. They're going to feel okay. I ate some eggs. I feel good. I made myself a nice egg dish. A friend of mine tells me that they see it on YouTube all the time. All the YouTube influencers are like making their food. They toss their little salad of greens with oil and vinegar, with olive oil. They get their little soft-boiled eggs, and they put their soft-boiled eggs on their salad. Right? Goes down easy. But the minute you get buggy and get buggier, those eggs will feed the bugs and feed them and feed them and feed them to the point where every time you eat an egg, you'll feel fine, or eventually you'll just get so sick but not know the egg is feeding the bugs. Lorraine says, I'm getting really intolerant to BS, but that's about it. Mary Fox says, to think I limited my fruit, potatoes, and all but green veggies for years, plus I think you got rid of gluten and dairy, or you scarfed. You scarfed gluten and dairy with coffee and sugar. Boy, was I brainwashed. The brainwashing is real. That's why I do the whole robot thing. Is because we're considered a herd. You guys know that, right? We're considered a herd by authorities. You're a herd. You're part of the herd. That's what we are. So we're part of the herd. That's what we are, right? Okay, we're just part of the herd. We're part of the herd. That's what we are, right? Someone said in a comment the other day that my goat is evil. I read a comment, I think it was yesterday's live, that my goat was a sign of something scary. Well, I don't know. That's terrible. Is my sheep scary? Is my cow scary? We're basically supposed to be just part of a herd. I'm part of a herd, part of a herd. Sheeple, paddle, godle, sheeple, paddle, godle, sheeple. Yeah, chocolate, eat chocolate, paddle, cattle. We're part of a herd immunity. All about herd immunity. You're part of a herd. You're not an individual soul. You are not an individual soul. I am brainwashed. I am not an individual soul. I am part of a large herd. We have no souls. Herd us. Herd us. Make sure we're part of the herd. We do not have a soul. Did you guys know why they do that? Do you guys know why? They try to get us into this brainwashed mentality so that you're not an individual thinker. That's what it is. So you're brainwashed with your caffeine addiction because the caffeine industry wants you to be part of that herd. The medical industry wants you to be part of that herd. You're just a number. That's all you are. Ain't nobody care about you in authority land. You're just a herd. You're just a number. You're a herd. How sick is that? You're not allowed to have a soul. You're not. You're just supposed to do whatever the money tells you to do. All the different studies that go for caffeine and the studies that go for drugs. You guys should just be a herd. Listen to the authorities and your health professionals. Well, I want you to listen to your doctors, but I'm just saying there's a bigger picture over that controlling everything. Callie Smith, creepy, never realized the herd reference. Oh my God, the herd reference is insane. They actually have it brainwashed into us. We're literally, that's what they use. They say it all the time. Esther, they brainwash us to use all these chemicals too, the air fresheners. Oh my God, do they ever? I'm going to give you guys a forewarning right now. Okay? I'll give you a forewarning, right? Okay? If you got, before I give you the forewarning, all right, just want to give you a rundown real quick. We just used some celery if you got here. If you're late, this is the MM900 HDS. It's got the dry pulp because it squeezes every last drop. This is a medical device. I like saying it's a medical device, so you're not on a medical device. That's what I like about it, okay? Because I would rather be on this medical device than other kinds of medical devices. So that's what I would rather be on. Hold on, you guys. I'm gonna get on I gotta get plugged in here because I just got a message. Someone was at the door and said my doctor's been trying to get a hold of me. Yeah. You want me to quit juicing? Or why? It's not, juice is not good for me. The celery juice is not good for me. You want me to be plugged in? All right, let me get the syringe. I got to get the needle and get me plugged. Okay, ow! All right. I got him in right now. It's in my vein. I don't want to be on this medical device right here, the MM900. I want to be on these medical devices right here. This is what I need to be on. I need to be on these medical devices right here. What's in that? Drugs? Really? Okay. All right, good. And what's this? Plasma and blood? Blood plasma? Okay. All right, this is what I need. I don't need this juicer. This is what I need here. Huh? Yeah, I'm on my medications. I'm on my blood pressure medication. Yeah, I'm on my cholesterol medication. I can. The doctor, yeah, no. Doctors prescribed this. I could be on this. I could have this here. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I gotta go. What I like about this medical device is it keeps us from the bad medical devices. And that's what I like. I just pulled this out. Sorry, you guys. I'm going to move this over. I'll plug in later. Tanya says, I stopped celery juice for 1 week and felt so shit. Oh my God. Well, this sale's running for a couple more days. The MM900 HDS. You guys on TikTok. OmegaJuicers.com. This isn't just any juicer. I would never stand behind this thing if it was just any juicer. It doesn't have the metal gears, which is a huge deal. Huge deal for me in my book. And squeezes the juice out so you save money. And it's the Celery model. See, MM900 HDS. Okay? And you might want to have it for the heavy metal detox cleanse. Because we're doing the heavy metal detox cleanse. If you don't have it, fine. Be there at the heavy metal detox cleanse. It's going to be a 3-day challenge next week. And I am pumped. Make sure you have Cleanse to Heal. That's important if you want to be involved in the heavy metal detox cleanse. Make sure. I'm heading off to IG. I think I've tortured you guys enough. You guys know I love you. So I'm heading off to IG. You don't know Dr. Nesbitt? Dr. Nesbitt? Dr. Nesbitt is getting out of surgery. I think this is time he gets out of surgery. Dr. Nesbitt. You know what? Dr. Nesbitt says he's going to come on IG. What? What? Dr. Nesbitt? He's going to come on IG? Dr. Nesbitt's coming on IG, you guys. That's what I'm hearing over here. So we're going to make sure. Caroline, are they going to have a sale on the green silicone O-rings? Because I need one. Just call them up. Contact one. Contact them. Tell them you need an O-ring. You need the green thing. Get a hold of customer service. Just, you need a green grommet. You lost your green grommet. Just get one. I mean, have them get you one. All right, you guys. We are off to IG. I'm going to turn TikTok back on. Go on Instagram. And I'll turn Clubhouse back on too. All right, you guys. I love you much. Truly.